Hi, welcome back. I'm so glad you could join me here today. Today we're going to be doing a nice little fun painting. I hope you can follow along with me. Let me have them graphically run the colors across the screen that you'll need to paint along with me. While I'm doing that, let me tell you what I got done up here. I have my regular 16 by 20 inch canvas pre-stretched double primed, and I added a thin layer of black gesso. Now I did that twice, allowed the gesso to completely dry. Once it was dried, I added a thin layer of the liquid clear. Very, very thin. That's very important. And so after that, I grabbed a nice paper towel, took off as much liquid white as I can, liquid clear as I could, and you cannot take it off even if you wanted to. So get in there nice and tough. Then I did a mixture of phthalo blue, lizard crimson, a little bit of phthalo green, some Van Dyke brown and black, and mixed up this very dark blue. It's very transparent, meaning you can't see it against a black background. And this is a great painting you can do if you're demonstrating how to paint to someone. If you're teaching someone how to paint, perfect one. Now, if you're teaching them, you have to tell them how you did it. But if you're not, keep it a secret. They'll be, well, more people know nowadays, but they'll still be surprised if they're your normal neighbors or cousins or something. Let's go ahead. Let's come to the canvas, and let's just. I think my light source is gonna be right there. You have to decide now. Some people want it down the center. I think I want it up here in the corner, and I'm just gonna work my way out. Let that paint sort of blend in with the color and letting it get darker and darker. There we are. And just go across very lightly. Just go across. And let's go ahead. Let me add a little bit more white to my brush. Just load it up. And let's maybe there's gonna be some light seeing through it. So you can just tap these on and you can just kind of pull them. The more you push that paint in, the more it'll blend in. There. Let's go ahead and let's see where we want to go with this. So we have our blue sky. Now let me go ahead. What the heck? Let's get crazy. I'm gonna grab my palette knife. Grab a little bit of white. Pile it up. That's a good way to keep your white nicely clean. Let me load up my white. Nicely loaded. Let's come up here. Let's decide where our water is going to be. And I also have that blue color all over the canvas. So as long as there's color, you can touch and pull. Touch and pull. There. Look at that. Creates wonderful, wonderful things on the canvas just by simply adding a little bit of white. There, go across ever so lightly. Pull down, go across just to create the illusion of a few ripples. Now, let's go ahead, let's grab a trusty old 1-inch brush. We're going to go into a little bit of mountain mixture. Pull it one direction. Let's come up here and let's decide. Maybe, shoot, let's go back to the other dirty brush. Just make our life easier. Just in case it shows through. Let's go ahead. Let's put in a bush. There. Just think of the shape of the bush and just have right at it. There we are. There. and maybe little land would go through with it. Who knows? Now, the sunlight's gonna be kissing it right there, so we can go ahead, go into a little bit of phthalo green, maybe even a little touch of sap green. Shoot, maybe a little bit of Indian yellow. Have fun with it. Maybe a little brown, just to dull it, just a bit. Mixing it up all in your brush. Let's come up here just ever so lightly. Shouldn't take too much pressure. If you're having to push that paint in, you're doing something wrong. There. A little more cadmium yellow. Maybe up here. Ooh. Maybe right around there. There. A little bit of Indian yellow and cadmium yellow. Just mix it on the brush. There. Ooh. A little bit of bright red. There we are. And let's load up our brush. And we're going to push up that paint into the bristles. Let's come up here and just tap a little bit of grassy area. There. There we are. And you can work another bush. All up to you. You have all the power. Look, right there. Shoop. There. Okay. Let's take a little break from that. It just doesn't even matter if you scratch it because of the black gesso. You'll still see black underneath, so it doesn't really make much of a difference. Let's go ahead. Let me clean off my knife. I have a paper towel over here just to clean off my knife. Let's grab a little bit of Van Dyke Brown, cut a roll, and just a little bit of dirt holding that up. Just a little bit. There. A little bit of white to that brown. Just a little bit. Let's come up here. Very gentle. Very, very gentle. Let that paint break. Okay. Let's go ahead back into our white. Let's do a little bit more reflections out here of the water. Just a little sunlight playing with it. Now, I'm gonna grab a clean, dry 2-inch brush, beat the bristles, and just pull it down and go across. Let's just go across over here. There. Just kind of softening it up a bit. Now, let's step back a bit and look at it and see where we want to go. Let's go ahead. Let me grab a nice good old 2-inch brush, clean, dry. Now, this is a natural brush, so it has a little better spring to it, in my opinion, than the more newer ones that have synthetic blends. So I'm gonna go into that mixture that we used for the blue and all that, and just have it nicely loaded, just right there, as you can see. And let's come up here and just cover up wherever um wherever we didn't see behind. Just using the corner of the brush. There. Okay? Let me let me soften that top edge. We'll add some details later on. Now, same dirty brush, a little bit of cadmium yellow. Load both sides and push the paint inwards. Now, let's come up here. Very gentle. There. Let's add a little bit of mountain mixture into that color. Just a little bit. Just to sort of darken it. There. Just using the corner of your brush. Shoot, maybe even a little bit of that blue color we used earlier. Whatever your heart desires. There. There we are. Few little leaves. You're in a little swamp or a creek. Who knows? Load up your brush. Few little highlight indications here and there. There. There we are. And just have it kind of blend. There we are. Doesn't really change much if I keep going at it. So let me go into mount a mixture with my 1 inch, pull it through one direction and just boom. Think about shape. You know what? People think the 2 inch brush is scary, and it can be at times, but we gotta get over that fear because this brush can create wonderful, wonderful things. There. There we are. There, just pull it down. And let's go ahead. Let's have fun with it. A little bit of bright red, a little bit of Indian yellow, a little bit of cadmium yellow. Pull it one direction and maybe out here. We see a little bit. There. Whew. Such a gentle touch. No pressure. Let's add a little bit of phthalo green to the mixture. Right here and just boop. There we are. Just keep loading your brush and think about the bushes one at a time. Okay, let's go ahead and Let's add a little bit of grass, just like we did with the other side. Just load up your brush, nice and good, and just go ahead and add in a little bit of grass. There, pretty simple. Now let's go ahead, cut a roll of our brown. We gotta add in a little bit of dirt to sustain our little land. There. Okay, a little bit of highlight color to it. And just very delicate. There. Okay, now let's go ahead. Let's have fun. That's what we're here to do. Have fun. We're gonna grab our number 6 fan brush. We're gonna take it through a little bit of mountain mixture, a little bit of our blue color, and maybe a little touch of phthalo green. Just mix it up on the brush. Now, let's come up here. Let's decide. Boop. There lives a tree right there. There. Just load it up. Now, let's come up here to the canvas. And let's just boop. Tap it in. The brush lives in your tree. All you have to do is just tap it right out. There. You can also do this with the 1-inch or 2-inch, whatever you feel comfortable with. There. Once one side runs out, you can use the other side. There. Just load up. There we are. And just like that, we have ourselves a little bit of tree right there. Let's load up our brush, same dirty brush with a little bit of cadmium yellow. And just come up here. And the light's coming this way. Let's go ahead first of all. And let me cut in a little bit of a tree trunk right in there. So a little bit of that highlighted brown. And just few little indications of a tree trunk. There. Let's come up here and ever so lightly. There we are. There. Isn't that nice? You can paint trees this easy. There we are. There. Boop, 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 boop. You gotta make those sounds. Everyone makes different sounds. There, let's add in a little bit of land. Just a little bit out here. And a little bit of cadmium yellow. There. There we are. Now, let me go ahead, clean off my knife, but put my fan brush off to the side real quick. And let's grab a little bit of white with a little bit of blue, the one we used for the brush that got polluted. And let's come up here and just cut in a few little water lines. Just scrub as hard as you can, like if you're trying to cut a hole into the canvas. If you're struggling, try to use a little bit of liquid white. There. Few little details here and there. There we are. Maybe over here there's a few little ripple or two. There. Over here, there has to be a few little water lines. You can't leave this hanging. There. Ooh, we almost forgot to do that area. A little bit of white. It already has white, so that's why they reload. There. You can pull a little bit of that brown color too. Make it look really nice. There. Just grab, pull down. There. Few little reflections down in there. There we are. Few little things that live out there that you see at night. Whew. Okay. Now, let me make some space on my palette. And let's take a step back and just look at it. We have a little bit of time to spare. Let's go into pure titanium white. Just add in a few little sparklers. Just tap them on wherever you think the light would hit them. There. Just a few. You don't want to overdo it, because if you start to overdo it, then it loses its effect. There. Shoot, few little here and there. We'll grab a little bit of blue in there. A little bit of our base color. Some white. And just add in a few little hidden water lines. Stuff that only you see when you're up close. There. Okay. Now, let's go ahead. Let's have fun. A little bit of black. Same dirty fan brush we used earlier. Load it up. And let's come up here, baby. Boop. And just drop in a nice little tree. We need a companion for this evergreen tree, so we're adding in this one. There. There we are. Just drop them in. A little bit of cadmium yellow. Load up my fan brush. No tree trunk showing. And just block him in. There we are. Okay, now last final thing before I leave. Let's go into a little bit of black and load one side with brown. So one side has brown and the other side has black. Now, the side that has brown, I'm gonna have it facing up. We're gonna add in a few little rocks. I just want a few little rocks that just live out there. Maybe right here. Oh, let's make it interesting. Let's grab a little bit of our brown color. Or let's grab a little bit of black and we'll just grab it and we'll make a nice little path. I don't like this brown no more. I'm gonna clear out because it got polluted too much. A little bit of brown, a little bit of white, just a little bit. Cut a roll and shoop. There. We can add a little bit more white just as an extra little highlight. There we are. Clean off my knife. Add in a few little water lines. There we are. 4 rocks as well. Just cut them off and add in a few little water lines. And just like that, we have a completed painting. I really hope you enjoy this painting. Try this painting out. It's a nice little fun painting where you're trying to teach people how to paint. I'd like to wish each and every one of you the best of luck, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care, my friends. Goodbye.